Ladies and gentlemen, you may be thinking, what the heck is going on here? Where is Inkslasher? I'm away for a couple of days, but of course, the Call of Duty news never stops. And with what is going on right now with the Black Ops 6 reveal and the entire Warzone event that's going on, some wild things happened today. First of all, bunker number 7 opened up and we got some more intel involving that. But on top of all of that, we also got some really crazy news directly from Call of Duty in regards to Russell Adler being the mole, as well as it appears as though Frank Woods has gone rogue as well. So what this means is a bunch of the story that we thought was going on. We thought Frank Woods was hunting down Russell Adler. It appears as though that is not the case. So this video is to explain exactly what we know is going on now. And keep in mind, this isn't over yet. Also, I just wanted to apologize. I know the audio quality isn't as good as it normally is, but again, I'm trying my best here. So to start things out, what they did yesterday is they implemented a new code. This was sent out via the pagers that was sent to influencers. They sent me one as well, and it's the code that you are seeing here. Now, this code spells out the word Sally. Now, you may want to keep that in mind. We'll come back to it later, but as far as what we know this is, it's the name of the pistol that was added into the game, as well as the pistol that was in the original Black Ops kind of cover art. Now, when you took this code and put the number sequence that was given on the pager into bunker number 7, that is located in the middle of the map where I'm showing you here, you could then access bunker number 7. Now, this bunker was unlike any other bunker that we saw before because this bunker had a computer that you could interact with. So when you booted up this computer, it slowly loaded up and then it says input. The Pantheon, I have no idea what that is. SAD, Deputy Director Livingstone. This is the same director of the CIA that we saw reporting that Russell Adler was the mole. The next thing we see is mole, infiltration, Russell Adler, Iraq, Ministry of Defense, Saeed Alawi, I don't know who that is, by the way, and then air, erasing all data. To be quite honest with you, I don't know what this means whatsoever. It has to do with Russell Adler being the mole, or at least Deputy Director Livingstone stating that Russell Adler is the mole, and then the last character, Saeed Alawi, I have no idea who that is. I tried to look it up. I could not find anything. Now, up until this point, what we all assumed is that Frank Woods was hunting down Russell Adler because we believed that Russell Adler was the mole. Now, if you don't know what's going on with that, you should check out my video. It'll be linked down in the description after this video on why Russell Adler could potentially be the mole and why Frank Woods would actually worry and want to know what that is. I'm not going to go into that in this video, but up until this point, that is what we thought was going on. However, today, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 put out a new blog post detailing much more information as to what is going on here. Let me read it to you. So first off, we have the title, She Never Let Me Down. Increased activity has been reported around Urzikstan Bunker 7. Operators are encouraged to infiltrate the area, hunt for clues in the vicinity, and find a method to access the interior of the bunker. So this one we already know. You put the code Sally into the bunker, it then opens up. It then goes on to say the hunt for the CIA mole. Bunker 7 appears to have a specific connection to this mission, and you are encouraged to make a thorough investigation of the area. Beware of the purge sequence. I'm pretty sure, by the way, that purge sequence is what we talked about with the computer. When you access the computer, a purge sequence happens and then it deletes all of the data. Expect additional communications to follow. So I truly believe that there is going to be something else that we have to do within bunker number 7 that does not activate that purge sequence. However, there was one more piece of intel. It says, they died by a traitor's hand. It appears a rogue Black Ops agent has accessed operator infill comms and has been identified as Frank Woods. Classified CIA evidence is currently out in the wild and operators are encouraged to locate this information immediately. So in other words, there's intel all over Urzikstan, but more importantly, this tells us that Russell Adler and Frank Woods are working together and both of them are now considered rogue. In other words, it is not Frank Woods hunting Russell Adler, it is the entire CIA hunting both Adler and Woods. So clearly what we have here is one group of soldiers that we know, who is Russell Adler and Frank Woods, and then we have this new director of the CIA, who is Director Livingstone. I believe his name is Daniel Livingstone. And clearly someone is trying to frame these characters, unless there is something that we have not yet seen, maybe it happens in the reveal, that Russell Adler and Frank Woods have done that makes them go rogue and makes the CIA hunt them. But clearly, we saw this by the PlayStation kind of teaser that was put out on their website, is that these characters were forced to go rogue and then hunted from within. In other words, there is something behind the scenes that we have yet to see that is going on with them that has forced this to happen. But what we now know, is that Frank Woods and Russell Adler are working together. They are not against each other, they are working together. So that's what we know. Now let's go into the more conspiratorial, or let's just say speculation side of things. There is one group of people that we know that I have yet to talk about very much in any of these Black Ops 6 videos, and that is, of course, Cerberus. Now, Cerberus was introduced with the Truth Lies teasers. We see a bunch of these being posted throughout New York, and essentially what these are doing is pushing doubt towards the general public in regards to public servants, political figures, things along those lines. Now, up until this point, what I assumed is that this had something to do with the Cortus Die movement, which, as we know, was Raul Menendez's movement in the year 2014, which did essentially the exact same kind of thing. But now, what I am wondering more than anything is maybe Cerberus aren't actually the bad guys. Maybe they aren't the villains of the game. Maybe Cerberus is actually who Frank Woods and Russell Adler are actually working for, hence why they are considered the bad guys. The CIA is hunting them because they are pushing out the secrets of the government. Now again, this is absolutely not confirmed. Cerberus is the biggest question that I actually have of the entire Black Ops 6. I think we know a lot of what's going on. We know the moles have caused big problems, the Panama invasion, things along those lines. The mole is in the CIA and probably working for Menendez or even Saddam Hussein. What we don't know is what is going on with Cerberus and why the CIA is specifically going after Russell Adler and Frank Woods. And I think that's an answer that we will probably get over the next week with the reveal happening this weekend. So one thing you're going to want to do is stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on. And as always, if you enjoy these type of videos, make sure you stay up to date on the channel. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but